Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a quick repair on this guitar that I've recently got. This is an Epiphone SG, and unfortunately it has a little chip right there, and looking at it, a little tiny one just above it on each side. So I'm going to try and get rid of the chip. Is it that mark? No, it's just a bit of fluff. Right. So yeah, I've just got a chip there and a little one there. So I'm going to take the jack out and I'm going to try and repair it. So let's have a go at that, shall we? Let's see what happens. See if I can repair it, or if I can make a complete and utter mess of the guitar. Let's have a see. First, we'll take the cover plate off. These screws somewhere where I won't lose them. That wouldn't be a good idea. And two more, and then we find out what's inside. What's inside an Epiphone SG? Are they tiny pots, or are they big ones? We shall see. Well, guys, you don't get tiny pots. There you can see, turn it round so we can get a better look. They're fair size, they're not tiny, which, to be honest, you shouldn't be getting tiny pots in an Epiphone, really, should you? So, let's have a look at this jack. It's all twisted. Wire is all twisted round, which is good, means we've got plenty of wire. So let's, it's very rattly, so I'm assuming the front's not very tight on it. Nope, it's not very tight. In fact, I can undo it with my hand. So let's have a go at that. Didn't even have to get the too late to undo it. Let's just undo it with my hand. Let's get in there. There we go. That's that. And that's the washer. Right. Put them with the card. And lift this up, the jack will fall out. And it has. Now I'm going to show you the damage. Hopefully it'll pick up on the camera. You see the chip. I can't see because I've got the camera in. There. Should be able to see that there. So hopefully we can get that fixed. So, from what I've been told, all we need is super glue. So we shall see. Will it work? Get some tape, some insulating tape. And some scissors. I'll try and cut this in such a way that it will fit. I don't want that bit because it's all mushed up. pain to work with that. Cut this bit. Scissors there. And then do that. Slightly small. Perfect. That pen goes inside the hole. Yeah. Easy, it goes in. So what I can do, wrap this around here. I think I've cut it quite long enough. What a foolish thing to do. Yeah, not quite long enough. Get another piece. Don't want to be messing around with a tiny piece. What I'll do is I'll wrap it round first, and then I'll get it where it needs to be. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make it so it's the same thickness as the old. So when we put the super glue in, it doesn't all just flow straight into the hole. Oh, drop the pen. Very clever. There we go. Right, so let's see. Yeah, I've got a fair way to go before I get that. Whereas the other pen that I tried was way too big. Actually, we could do it here. A little bit better though. Right. Make the pen thicker. Sorry guys, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you will realise I don't constantly keep cutting out bits. You get to see it in real time. If it's a quick one, great. You get to see what needs to be done in a relatively short time. If it takes that bit longer, it takes that bit longer. At least then you know how long it's going to take you to do something like this. Right, that's quite thick. It might be too thick now, but we'll see. Yeah, slightly too thick, so it's easier to just take some off. I can find the end. You notice that whenever you close your tape up, you can never find the end. I think that's it. Oh dear. Typical. That's not it. Fire. That's it. Where on earth is the end? That does feel like the end. But when I try and get it, it's not coming off. So it mustn't be. You wouldn't think a sellotape would be so much of a pain. Come on. I really can't find the end of this tape. Unbelievable. You'll think if you're that hard. What on earth? Right, I'll have to try and wedge it in. It's just not doing it. Now it's just bellowing out. I'm going to have to try and get it off. Right, I'm gonna have to pause. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to have to. Or I'm going to be here forever. Okay, guys, I'm back. Took a few attempts, to be honest. I took all this off, and it still wouldn't fit. So I took this off, still wouldn't fit. So then I took another little piece off, and now it finally fits in the hole. I know I'm not even on camera, you know. Sorry guys, get it over. There we go. Wedge that in there, and then it's just a matter of putting the super glue onto the gaps until it fills. And if it's over the top, that's good, because then we can just sand it down to the right size. And it's going to be able to open this. I think the thing's glued itself. What have I got? Don't want to stick it in my mouth and try and open it, because no matter, look, I end up with glue in my mouth. So, no thanks for that. I don't want to do that. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now it's opening. Right. There. Right, I hope there's some glue in here. Yeah. That'll be great if it's all dried up. Nope, it's coming out. Just fill it in as best you can. No problems. Just basically fill in any gap. Spread the glue out so as it fills the hole. I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm as blind as a bat. I want to be sure it's completely covered. There we go. That's covered up. Oh, that's covered. That's covered. Covered. Now, I'm hoping that the glue isn't going to completely set the pen in, and then I can get the pen out by twisting, and then I can just sand that. But that's enough glue, so I've got a little bit left if I need to do another. Which I'm hoping I don't. But this glue, yeah, burns skin and eyes in seconds. Well, we all know that. Murder if you get it on you. Ultra fast super gel. UHU super glue. So that's why it didn't come running out. It's a gel. Hopefully that'll do. Just spread it out a bit better. There we go. Right guys, I'm not leave you sitting there waiting for that to dry. We'll come back to it when it's dry. See you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, I'm back. As you can tell, change of clothing, because it's a new day. It's took a heck of a long time for that glue to set. I've left it literally 2 days. So this glue, you might want to think again about buying this, because it's took a long time to dry. So anyway, let's get to it. I've removed the pen that I had in. Basically, I just kept twisting and twisting and twisting until it broke free. So now we've ended up with that. See, it's like white. So all that needs to be sanded down. So I'm gonna be cheeky and use one of the wife's nail files, because it's very fine. Try this. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't even touch it, I'll move on to some sandpaper, which is, let's find out, that is P2000 Grit 700. See on that? A bit closer. There. So we'll try that if this thing don't do anything. Right, let's see what we can do. See if it even touches it. You've got to be gentle, you don't want to just go absolutely crazy with it. Yeah, it's not doing it. It was worth a try. Now this is wet and dry, but in the room I'm in, I don't think I really have much water. I've got a little bit here I could wet it with. I'll try and wet it. Oops, that wasn't very clever, was it? Didn't think it'd come out that quick. Never mind, let's get on with it. Yeah, that's much better. It's not going to take too long. In fact, I probably could do with something a bit coarser than that, to be honest, and then move down to that one. What are we looking at here? 800. That'll do. Bit of 800 will get it going. Same again. Try not to spill it all over. Just a bit of water on it. And get back. Could do with a piece of wood. Just a bit of a block. I'll just get a block. Make it a bit better than using your fingers. You don't get a smooth edge. I'll just move this a sec while I get a piece of wood. Yeah, nice piece of wood. So get this nice and flat. I don't think I would have got it very flat with my fingers. Let's get it a bit wetter. Right. Get it all over the road. There we go. Put that like that. And off we go. Getting there. Got that. Kind of, because it was a gel glue, it's not lied flat, so it's all lumpy. So that's another thing, get yourself a liquid glue and not a gel glue. But it's what I had at the time, so I had to make do. But what I have done is I have bought some liquid glue. So won't be waiting forever for that, because I've also bought the spray activator as well. So it sets pretty much instantly. Should have done that in the first place. Let's get in there. I want to do it quickly, but not so quickly that I end up taking all the paint off. You know, I could go absolutely stupid and get this beast on it. But yeah, I don't think it would take very long to end up with no paint. Let's change angle. I want to keep going in the same direction. So let's put that there a sec like that. Yeah, it's doing it slowly. Been a little bit too slow. I'm gonna get a bit something even more coarser than that. Otherwise I'm gonna be here all day doing this. I don't want that. That's fine. That's fine. 1500 degrees of fire. This is coarse. This is very coarse, so I've been very gentle with this stuff. It's not even got anything telling me what it is, so I can't even tell you. It's just a very coarse sandpaper. So hang on, I'll use the block. Try and be sensible. Not use my fingers. It's literally going to be very gentle. Yeah guys, that's getting it done a lot quicker. There we go. Don't worry about the scratches all over the guitar though. I'll be very gentle. Let's get in there. Now, as long as I don't get through to the actual paint, any scratches I do make, I can always get rid with more super glue. Right, I'll move down to this 800. Some more water on it. And off we go. Gently try and get rid of the white of the glue. So again, it will just clear. There we go, that's better. Getting there slowly, but you can't really go too fast for this, otherwise you're just going to make an absolute mess. Right, I'm going to pause it a little. I don't like doing it, but I don't want you sitting there watching me sand for ages and ages. So I'll come back when it's a bit closer to done. I'm back. Well, I've managed to get rid of all the lumpty bumpty bit and it's nice and smooth, so the chip is gone. Only problem is, I think the tape that I used on the pen might have reacted to the glue somehow. Because now I've got this weird black bit that will not sand out, it's just permanently in the glue. And I've been trying that much, I've ended up with 2 little tiny spots where I've gone too far with the sanding, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. Can't be helped. I was trying to get rid of the black, but I'll show you. The chip is gone. There's no more chip, but you can see how it's got like a black mark, and the 2 little white spots of where I've gone a bit too far with the sanding. So I can advise you guys, don't use tape to try and, you know, make a wall for the glue to not just pour straight in. I would use a dowel or something that's the right size that would fit perfectly, but then you're risking the dowel sticking in. So I don't know what else to advise. I mean, the chip is gone. There is no chip there anymore. It's smooth. So I'm gonna carry on, and we'll finish it off because at the moment it's all dull and horrible. So I'm gonna use some Ultimate Clear Polish, Meguiar's. See if we can make it look a bit nicer. So let's put a lob of this on and see what happens. I mean, I'll admit I am gutted about the 2 little marks I've put there, but it can't be helped. It is what it is. But at least now there's no more chip, which was even more unsightly than the black marks. So let's get up a bit. We'll get the polish done. I mean, if I wanted, I could take all the pots out and get the dual polisher out on it, but I think this will do for the chip that we've had to deal with. Because now, at least now I know it's not going to get any worse. Right, that's the polish on. Use the other side to buff it up. still flat. So I might risk getting a dual polisher, just try and do that edge without taking these pots off. I mean, I've got to take the pot covers off, I suppose. Give us a bit more room. See if they'll pop off without breaking them. No, they're well and truly on. They'll have to stay. I'm not going to break them. And it did tiny little crack, so I don't want to keep going and make it even worse. So let's get the polisher. That'll get rid of the it's just a cheap Erdos special, and if you're not from the UK, it's basically a store where you buy out of a catalogue and you go and collect from the store, and they sell cheap tools basically, plus all sorts of things like bedding and radios and a bit like a Walmart type thing. Right, let's get this, get a bit more polish so as it'll get rid of it. That's plenty, because I don't want to have it flying everywhere. Right. keep going. Let the machine do the work. All I'm doing is holding it, I'm not pushing down. No need to. See how we're getting. Yeah, it's no bumps or anything though. No, it's completely flat. But it does still need a bit of polish. But it's still a tiny bit dull. It's getting there though. A bit more polish. Keep going till eventually you'd have it so that you can't see it. But you can see where it's not perfect. It's far from. But it's not going to crack. And it's not going to splinter off or go any worse than it was. Which is the main thing. I don't want it to end up a great big chunk missing out of it. There we go. So I'm gonna whack a bit more polish on. Just keep going because it's getting there. There's only that tiny little bit of area that's dull. Putting the polish on so you can get rid of it. You could keep doing this until it looks like the last. I'm not doing that. Right guys, I think that'll do. It's not, like I say, it's not perfect. I think if I got the liquid glue in the first place, it would have worked out a lot better. But it looks like the crack's still there, but that is smooth. There's no chip in it at all. It's smooth. So let's put it back together and see what we end up with. So we'll get the guitar back upside down. We'll put the jack back in. Get the other part. Stick it right through. It's only just sticking out. What have I done with all the pieces? It's the problem. My workbench is an absolute mess. So I struggle to find things. I need to really do a sort out. Right. That will go on there. This will screw on there. Hopefully, should screw on there. You came off. There we go. Get me. I've got the proper tool, but I'm not going to go rummaging through all that to find it. Yeah, I could see what I'm doing. Should probably put my glasses on before I look chipping it again. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Make it so I can see. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot better. Let's see what I'm doing. Oh, you slip off there. I don't want to chip you. Right, that's good enough. No more chip. It still looks a bit ugh, but at least now I know it's not going to look. Because when you're in and out, in and out, in and out with that jack and you're bashing and soon end up broke. Well, now I know it's safe. It isn't going to break. There's water. My drinking water, which now I don't want to drink because I've had. So that'll have to just pop to one side. Next thing is this. The cover plate. Get that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Hopefully I've still got 5 screws. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. Right, what have I done with me screwdriver? There it is. Get this screwed back on. We'll plug it in. See what it sounds like. Not that what I've done's made any difference to how it sounds like. Oh, this screwdriver's no good for this. It's not taking it. Take it off. See if they've got old. Will do the job. Missed. Get in. There. Nope, it's not doing it. Where on earth is my screwdriver that I used? Give us a sec, guys. I'm back. Oh, I got the right screwdriver. Looks like a tiny little screwdriver, but if you push on that and pull, it ends up with a bigger screwdriver. Glasses. Oh, there we go. One down. Over here. What's that? One over here. One last one. There we go. And that's the repair of a chip. But yeah, if I hadn't to use that pen, I don't think we'd have had the problem with the black showing through. I think the black must have leaked into the glue, but the actual chip it's not there anymore. It is completely gone. So if we'd used, like I said, the liquid glue and not that gel stuff with the super glue activator spray, which makes it set like that, this would have been undone and dusted a few days ago. But never mind. The chip's done. It is as it should be. Let's have a play. Let's just get the amp up and running. Plug it in. See what we have. That plugged in okay. Hopefully it works. I'm not snapped a wire or something. Right, here. Now I am no guitarist. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll realise I'm still very much a beginner. I have another problem I've just realised. The other day I snapped my IE string, so I'm literally down to 5 strings. I'm waiting for the new strings to arrive, so there's not a lot I can do. I mean, you can tell it works. Turn it up. I mean, I could do it like that, I suppose, on the 5th string. Doesn't sound right, like. It works. And once I get the strings, it'll work even better. And when I actually learn to play guitar, it'll sound a lot better. Thanks guys. Like I said, the chip is gone, and if I'd used the liquid glue and used something a bit better than a pen with tape on it, but it didn't leak the black into the glue, it would have been an invisible fix. You wouldn't have seen it. But it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. it's my guitar. No one's ever gonna have it apart from me, and I know it's not gonna break, so all good. See you again, guys.